Dude, isn't it funny? Like, should we start staring at people that pass us by and see if they realize that we're doing a podcast?
Like, if we just talk about them,
If we're just like, you stupid
we stare
fucking...
at them.
And we're back.
Welcome back. It is the shittiest podcast on the internet, and today we are going worldwide, aka we're taking a road trip, and we brought you guys along with us.
Okay, if you guys don't appreciate this episode, fuck off, because we
put a lot of fucking
we
there's
just
some
put
blood,
in some
sweat, and
elbow
tears.
grease into trying to make this shit happen, and I think it's working. You're gonna find out if it's really fucking blurry or not.
Yeah, it might be blurry. If it's blurry,
Just
eat a
listen
dick.
to the audio. It's a podcast, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, if it's blurry, eat a dick, and if it's shaky, eat 2 dicks because we're in a car. So what are you gonna do about it?
So if it's shaky and blurry, suck my dick. We're still uploading this to the YouTube channel.
If it's shaky, it's his dick, and if it's blurry, it's my dick. So don't forget that.
You're gonna suck both of them.
We're doing our best here to bring this content out for you guys. We're taking a trip to San Jose, in California. It's a nice little town in California.
Fucking exit.
We did?
Yeah, we did. Look at the time.
That's awkward.
That's not good. That's really not good.
That's all right. We don't have to tell Junior about that.
Actually, did we miss one?
No, well, because it took us so long to get it all set up.
You're
Took
right.
us a couple minutes.
We'll be fine.
Even if we did miss an exit.
We're getting there at 6:11 anyways. It's a good time. But yeah, so
who gives a fuck?
we really wanted to.
Who gives a
We're
fuck?
missing
We're on a
exits.
fucking road trip, baby.
We're on a road
Mistakes
trip.
happen.
No, we really did want to bring this episode to you guys just to
4 miles though. We're getting on that road.
Okay. So we did want to bring this to you guys. We're on the way from Las Vegas to San Jose, California. See our good buddy Junior. He was on episode 10 of this podcast, if you guys remember.
Space adventures.
We were in the space adventures. We might record. Maybe we'll record a little while we're up there. Maybe.
Yeah, we might bring some more content.
Bring a little more content, and we'll put it in this video for you guys. But, yeah, you know, it's funny because we fucking tried to record this like 10 minutes ago, and it was terrible. So we're trying again, and if it sucks, again, suck our dick. Lonnie explained it.
Yes.
But we wanted to, or actually, I wanted to reiterate something I said about 10 minutes ago in the clip that no one's ever going to see. But I always wanted to do one of these podcast-esque episodes in the car.
Yeah.
Because really, I think the idea of this podcast itself came from me and Lonnie's conversations that we've always had while we were in the car.
It originated, probably in this car. It originated.
Yeah, and it's because we always have like the most off-the-wall, crazy conversations while we're on a long car ride trying to get to wherever we're trying to go.
Even if it's a 20-minute car ride, there's just something about being on these 4 wheels that gets the fucking creative rhythm flowing in that brain.
100%. But yeah, also
Oh, look at all these cows.
We just passed a couple cows. Do you think you could ever be a farmer?
You know, I would give it a shot, low key, because it does seem like it seems like it's hard, but at the same time, it seems like a very rewarding lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, it's you earn your keep. You know, that's like a nice American.
Ooh, it smells like
profession.
cow shit.
You don't have to be a cow farmer.
No, I said it smells like cow shit. You smell that?
Ooh, it does. I'm not gonna open the window.
I don't want to let you guys fucking smell it.
Yeah, be careful, guys. We don't want you guys to smell it.
No, it really smells like cow shit. I don't know. I don't know if I could ever really be like a...
Like, own my own farm? Probably not. But I would give working on a farm. I'd give that a go.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I could pay decent.
I could see it.
They'd probably pay good. And plus, you'd get toned as fuck, dude. That's like really, really good workouts.
Yeah, you probably would get toned as fuck, huh?
Full body shit, moving all them hay bales and whatnot.
Yeah, you probably would get toned. That's where the...
farm work is... Yeah, dude. Farmers are naturally some of the strongest dudes.
Well, that's where the term... You ever heard farmer strength? The term farmer strength? Yeah. That's where that came from. Because they're working all day in the fields. They're working with animals.
Sweat on the brow.
sweating their cock and balls off.
Is this? This might be marijuana. No, it's not marijuana.
No,
marijuana wouldn't just be out in the open. I'm stupid.
You have to. Isn't marijuana like you have to put it underground, like no sunlight?
Not underground. They're not vampires.
Really?
You give them sun. You give them some sun, and you give them. Well, that's because
I thought it was like black light.
Well, you don't grow them outside. That's why you grow weed inside. That way you can control it the whole time.
The temp.
So you can get the nice, because artificial lighting works. You know, they have specific lighting for it. See that coming up there? They have specific lighting for it, and then you got to give them like 12 hours on, 12 hours off, or something like that.
Okay.
So, and you also got to keep their climate controlled. You know, like you got to make sure like some strains need a warmer climate and some strains need a colder climate. It's all a whole bunch of different shit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you dig? You dig?
You dig? Ooh, IHOP. Should we stop and continue the podcast in IHOP?
Yo, that'd low-key be fire. Try the new pancake tacos.
How do you think people would feel if we walked up in there with the whole setup, our mics, our laptop, and we were like, hey, we're just going to do a podcast.
Table for two?
Oh, we didn't even address it. We just were holding the equipment and the mics.
Just do it. Table for two?
We just kept talking.
Yeah.
Hey, a table for two, please. And yeah, so how do you feel about, like...
We put the mic up to their face. So what can I get you? So what can I get you to drink? And then you go back and you're like, well, we'd like a water, and then you give it back to her.
She's like, what is this? I'm like,
what's going on right now?
What do you mean?
Podcast. Are you not interested? Do you not enjoy it? Oh.
Do you not enjoy this?
You not enjoy it?
All right, now we're going for a while on this little straightaway.
Oh yeah, 25 miles. 25 miles straight up.
No, it's funny because me and Lonnie were talking about so many different topics on the way, even just like this point in the fucking in the drive.
Yeah.
We were talking about a couple different things. Who gets the most pussy? Which entertainment venue?
So, if you're an entertainer, right? So that means athlete, singer, actor, another one, all those things. Porn stars. Oh, they get a lot of pussy by proxy though. That's almost cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Wouldn't count. I probably wouldn't count that legitimately. But like, you know, if you're an entertainer, right, in any capacity, what gets the most puss?
Right.
I'm thinking singers. I said singers. Alex said athletes, which I didn't even realize when we first started the conversation that was an option. Great pick because it makes a lot of sense. However, we tried to find like the best of the best from each category, and we said like actor would probably be like Michael B. Jordan.
Yep.
Athlete, you know, you could go any athlete, you know, you could say literally any of them. But we went with like Odell or some bullshit. So
Odell, Michael B. Jordan, and we were listening at the time. That the reason that we brought up the conversation, we were listening to some JT, some Justin
Timberlake, who I mentioned as well. Yeah, he's got it all. He's like he can act, he can dance, he can sing. You know, he can. He does another thing that I'm blanking on right now. But he's like our Usher. He's like the white Usher. You know,
the white Usher for sure.
And I respect him. I respect him for that because that's very hard to be that talented. And he's handsome. That was the thing. And he's handsome. Incredibly handsome fella.
He's good looking.
So yeah, he's a great guy. Hopefully we can have him on soon. We are pretty booked up at the moment, but we'll get back to you soon, Justin.
Yeah, JT's been trying to get on the podcast, but we can't fit him
really
in.
booked up.
We can't fit him in yet.
But
he'll be on eventually. He'll be on eventually. I know he's a fan. I know he's probably listening now. If you're watching, what's up, JT?
You're my boy.
I'll get those signed autographs to you shortly. I know your son wanted them. Does he have a son?
I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
No, man. I always think like, so for anyone who's watching who's actually been on a long road trips are a lot of fun, but then there gets to the point where it's too long and you just want to get the fuck out of the car.
Yeah. I was about to hit that wall, but then we took that break.
And it was good.
I took a shit.
Nice.
Dude,
How big?
I had to. It wasn't that big at all, but it was just like you had to get it out of you.
You had to get it out of you, like a demon inside of you.
I felt it simmering.
That old demon was inside you.
Exactly. I felt it simmering, and I said, "Not today, demon," and I vanquished the foul beast.
Damn. Okay.
I went into that bathroom and I
What a champion you
I
are.
did my business.
Okay, it's funny because sometimes.
Do you have a problem shitting on public toilets?
No, actually, I don't.
I don't
that's a
either.
lot of people's fear.
Lots of people can't do it. I have a harder time pissing in urinals in public because I get the stage fright. I get the pee shyness.
Really?
Yeah, but if I'm in a stall, I can shit for hours. I love, I think what it is. I
can shit.
I just love shitting.
You
I just love shitting
you just
so
said
much.
I get shy.
I get shy when I pee in a urinal.
Hold
but
on,
if I'm
you
shitting,
you said, but
I
if I'm
can shit for hours.
if I'm in a stall, I can shit for hours.
Yeah, because it's so comfortable. Just being on the toilet in general, it's like a safe space. Every toilet is a safe space for me.
God,
I just love pooping. I love shitting. That's so funny.
I can shit for hours if I'm shitting, but if I'm in a
If I'm
urinal,
really dedicated, I could shit for hours, but I'm pissing, minutes tops. And that's tops. It's probably less. It's definitely less than minutes.
probably less. No, honestly, there is something fulfilling about waking up in the morning. You get a good coffee in you, you get a good breakfast, and then you take your morning shit.
Yeah.
There's something fulfilling about taking that shit.
Did you have breakfast this morning?
No.
You
I'm kind of fucking
skipped.
hungry.
You skipped brekkie.
I did. Oh, yeah, bananas.
Joanna, coming in clutch. My mother. We got bananas.
His mother.
We got bananas and we got
Sweetest lady
tangerines.
in the world.
Alex didn't know what a tangerine is. Please, in the comments down below, you guys know what a friggin' tangerine
No,
is,
no,
right?
no. They
A
called
Tangelo?
it a tangelo.
Is that not a
If
thing?
they said a tangerine, I'd have been like, oh yeah. A tangelo sounds like something jello-y.
Now I'm looking it up.
Tangelo cannot be an actual term.
Because my mom may or may not be a ding dong.
It's some sort of Midwest, like pop, calling soda pop.
That's very that you know what? That's a very good point. That could be true. Tangelo.
What other slang terms? So like, if you're in America, you
Fuck you, bitch. Tangelo, bitch.
Wow. It's the
Tangelo.
Plant. It's the plant. The plant's name is Tangelo.
You're a fucking plant.
No, that's what the plant's name is. It said plant.
Well, yeah.
What am I, fucking
Every plant.
agriculturist?
All right. What's that? Corn?
Yes. What's the plant's name, buddy?
Stock. Corn stock.
Is it really?
I don't
Stock? God damn it.
I don't know. Yeah, fucking Tangelos, they're a real thing. I love you so much, Ma. Thank you for the fruits.
No, seriously, thank you. Thank you, Joanne.
We did stop at the 7-Eleven and get a couple snacks or whatever.
Dude, isn't it funny? Like, should we start staring at people that pass us by and see if they realize that we're doing a podcast?
Like, if we just talk about them,
If we're just like, you stupid
we stare at
fucking...
them and no one's next to us right now, but
No, but
when someone
it
is
kinda
next
would be
to us,
funny,
we'll
wouldn't
do
it?
it. The next time someone comes next to us, we'll talk to them. We'll try to give them a POV. You know, I'll put the mic out the window. But yeah, this drive has a lot of agriculture on the way. Like there's like orchards aplenty, and there's corn stalks, and there's a garlic farm
Well, you know
somewhere.
what's interesting? We went through like obviously the desert from Vegas, and then we went through like rolling mountains, and now we're in like Greenland.
Yeah, it's definitely not as arid as the
Vegas.
dryness in Nevada. This is definitely more agriculturally sound. California's a bit more green, which is dope. There's a bunch of shit. I don't even know what this is next to us that's growing here, but good for them.
Okay, story time.
Are you? Yeah, story time. All
So-
right, lay it on me.
I actually want to talk about, because we're on a road trip, I want to talk about the worst road trip of my entire existence that I will never, ever, ever, ever do again.
Ever. Damn, that was a lot of Evers.
That was
What
a lot of
this?
Evers. Sorry, I was focusing.
What was
my,
this
my
road
brakes
trip?
are like semi about to break off, so I was trying to not brake really hard, even though I am right now. So if we get in a car accident, this should go viral. Hopefully we don't, but
We did almost get semi-trucked.
yeah, we almost did. Okay.
Don't want to be behind this one. He's got some like pointy metal sticks. Then we're gonna get Final Destination.
Oh my god.
Don't want that to happen either.
Story time.
Keep going. Yeah, 15 miles. We're still going.
For anyone who doesn't know, even though I've talked about it a million times in this podcast, I lived in Wisconsin for 2 years.
Wisconsin.
And I actually, originally I flew there, and I ended up buying or receiving a car. My uncle gave me a car. It was actually the nicest gift I've ever had in my entire life. He literally gifted me a car.
Yeah.
It was for work, but I got to keep my work car essentially, and it's the car that we're in right now. And
Thank you, Uncle.
thanks, Unc.
Big Unc.
So actually, it's kind of crazy because the worst road trip of my life was the trip that I took I drove a U-Haul while a extension was hooked on the back of it with my car towing on the extension. So
you drove your own car. You towed
No.
your own car.
Yes, I drove a U-Haul.
And but that's
And I
what
towed-
I meant. Yeah, but
Yeah, I towed.
you had that bitch in tow.
Yeah, I towed this car on the back of the U-Haul from Wisconsin to Vegas.
Yeah. That's a far drive as well. Not an easy trek.
No, it was I think the total hours was like 24. Must have been like just under 24 hours. Like, what is this guy doing?
Dick.
But it was about just under a 24-hour drive, so I had to split it up in between 2 days. Now, for anyone who's ever towed anything, it's very difficult because the tow, if you make a slight adjustment a little bit too much on your wheel, the tow will start to sway because it follows the vehicle from where you just were to where you're going. So the momentum sways in different directions, essentially,
Yeah.
right? So I was worrying about that while I was driving this fucking U-Haul through Iowa and Nebraska, which I found out are two of some of the most... How the fuck did it change so much? The times? Maybe some traffic cleared up?
Something just came up and it said we have a faster route. They just found.
Nice. So, anyways, essentially, it was the worst road trip of my life because I did it alone, and I was U-hauling all of my shit in the back of the U-Haul to Vegas while pulling my car, and I went through some of the most windy states, Iowa, Nebraska, and if you ever drove a U-Haul, it's like a billboard. So the gusts of wind were hitting the U-Haul, and I was literally almost being pushed into different lanes while towing my car, which caused my car to sway into different lanes, like cutting people off, essentially.
So, sounds like it sucked.
It was hell. It was literally, I had to concentrate for 24 hours straight. I didn't drive 24 hours straight. I stopped somewhere. But also, halfway through the trip, I stopped because I was stuck in a fucking blizzard.
Ooh.
I hit Nebraska, and it was in a time of year where it was so cold that Nebraska literally had like a blizzard hitting it, and I couldn't drive anymore because there was people, cops, blocking the freeway telling me to get off because it was so snowy. I didn't get a refund because I had scheduled a hotel.
Oh, man.
In Colorado, I scheduled a hotel, and I couldn't get a refund because they were like, sorry, no free refunds allowed. Had to get...
Fuck you, Colorado.
Dog. It was the worst experience ever. I had to get a random fucking motel in a little
shitty town.
Ho-dunk town.
Ho-dunk, throw down, shitty town.
Right. And
Nebraska
then-
it was?
Nebraska.
Yikes.
And
They
then,
got corn there.
And the craziest part about that is when I actually got to Vegas, I left my U-Haul on the side of a road because I was so fucking exhausted from the 2-day journey I just took.
Yeah.
I left my U-Haul, and the extension that this car that we were in was lifted off the ground a bit. So literally someone went under my car that night and stole a catalytic converter
Oh my god.
from underneath my
I
car.
forgot about that.
And I had to pay $800 to replace it.
Welcome back. Welcome back home.
So that was a really thrown together, all over the place story, but that was the worst fucking road trip of my entire life.
Yeah, dude, having to do a 20-hour plus long road trip solo dolo, running into a motherfucking blizzard ass storm that's throwing a chunk in your plans.
Driving a fucking U-Haul.
Driving a U-Haul with the elements in tow.
Which is hard already. Driving U-Haul is driving a fucking big ass truck.
Yeah. And then
Towing a
also
car.
with your car in tow, so you got to work with that momentum. Also through the elements, the snow, the wind. Not fun. Not good at all.
No.
See, if I ever had any, I wouldn't say I've ever had any particularly bad road trips. Although the road trip to Reno is basically like the same as this one, essentially, like the same length. And that's a son of a bitch, driving up there. I mean, it was fine because I did it with my family, right? And I love them and all that jazz. But just long drives in general just kind of blow fat wang.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're doing it with people you like, it's cool. But if you have to do it by yourself, like you did, yeah,
fucking
they're
sucks.
like losing some sanity, you know?
Yeah. No, I literally almost broke down multiple times. Like almost broke it down. Like I can't do this.
Like you almost like stopped and started and started.
It just broke down. Like
started a new life in
Yeah.
Idaho.
Yep. Just leave the fucking U-Haul on the side of the road. Fuck it.
I'm living here now.
I live here now. But now I know to never do that shit again. I will
Very
never.
Smart. We make mistakes
ever.
so we can learn from them, you know?
I would pay a company before I move my shit in a U-Haul alone.
Respect.
It smells like complete horseshit.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not smelling fantastic over here. It smells a bit shitty.
Like ass.
But also, you know, like we've been saying, it's a very agriculturally sound area, you know, so that's to be expected.
It is to somewhat be expected.
There's so much unused space, right? If it's not getting used agriculturally, and I was saying this earlier, and I was like, why aren't we putting a bunch of fucking windmills and solar panels down, right? Like, why not? Like, do we have to monopolize every fucking form of everything? Like, we gotta fucking pay money out the wazoo to keep power on?
Absolutely, we do.
When we could just build a billion fucking, sun dishes. What are they called? What? Solar.
There's sun
solar
dishes.
Sun dishes,
Sun
solar
dishes.
panels. Build a bunch of fucking sun dishes out here in the fucking desert.
Build a fucking bunch of sun dishes and we'll
If you
fix
get
all
a
the
bunch
problems.
of sun dishes in one spot, you get a bunch of electricity. That's how it works.
That went
Okay?
That went from like redneck to
Electricity.
British. No, we actually were talking about this too. Is like, and the reason that they will never do that is because
They love the money.
they love the money.
They love it so much. They just can't get enough. Those greedy freaking sea suckers.
cucks.
Fucking
Cucks,
corporate,
if you will.
corporate America, dude.
No, man. I think that.
Yeah,
Honestly-
like, I love America, don't get me wrong, but sometimes if you're not fucking, if you're not a fucking athlete or rich as fuck, if you don't own your own business, sometimes it feels like you're fucking fighting a losing battle.
Oh, 100%.
You know? It's, it gets tough out there. And, you know, it's mind-boggling that when you do the math, it takes, like, $10 billion to, you know, end world hunger or end homelessness. And instead of a bunch of billionaires pooling, like, extra funds that they don't need together to try and solve one of these crises, they just get richer and richer, you know? and I know it's portfolios and stocks, and it's not all paper money that they got just they're sitting on under their beds like Mr. Krabs. But still, you know, if you got all this money, like don't tell me you're worth $330 billion, you know, and you can't fucking, you know,
help.
It's like, you know, and it's not, I'm not saying it's all Elon's problem. I'm not saying, I was just, you know, reaching out for that figure because it's a high figure, right? But there's plenty of billionaires that have just under $100 billion, which is enough, more than enough money for literally 20,000 lifetimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
You know what I actually did the math on the other day? Because me and my coworker were talking, right?
I'd love to hear this.
Me and my coworker were talking about how, like, what amount of money would pretty much change our lives, and I was like, well, honestly, $1 million would, like, be life-changing money. He was like, no, I don't think that's enough, and I was like, I feel like it would be.
Dude, $100,000 is enough to change your life. $50,000 is enough to change your life.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It depends on how you spend it.
Yeah, if you just buy hookers and blow, then you're going to have a great 6 months until it's gone.
But that's what I would spend it on.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
No, but seriously, we were talking about how he was like, his stance on it was, I don't think $1 million is life-changing because, like, if you buy a house, it's $500K, whatever,
Dude,
whatever. Hold on. So, I did the math on it, and then sorry to cut you off, but I did the math on it, and based on our job and how much we make in a year, it would have taken us 22 years to make $1 million. So that is life-changing because it literally lets you, and that's just how much we would make in 20, that's not how much if we got $1 million handed to us, it would probably take us a lifetime to save up $1 million from that job.
Yeah.
But that $1 million would let us forego 20 years of life financially.
20 years of, like, having to work like a dog.
8 hours a day.
That's not getting lucky and landing a fucking $3 million acting role, or, you know, being born 7 feet tall. And although I will say, you know, athletes might be born athletically gifted and with genetically gifted. They still put in a lot of fucking hard work.
Oh,
all right.
God.
You can't be fucking shitty at a sport and be a professional. You really can't.
Like,
I
love the people who are like, I'm not gonna, and everyone knows, obviously, if you watch this podcast too, I love LeBron. I love the people who are like, oh, LeBron was he's just gifted. Like, yeah, if someone else was 6'9", 260, whatever.
No, if I had LeBron's genetic build, I still don't think I'd be able to do what LeBron does. Like, he's he's an anomaly in every sense of the word. He's a fucking, like, he's a specimen, you know?
Yeah.
You can't really say that about many humans, is that they're specimens, but LeBron is a specimen. Does he not know his dad?
You know, I've never seen or heard anything about LeBron James' dad, which is kind of interesting, isn't it?
Dude, how are you gonna, like, you had the greatest athlete
Ever.
in our lifetime in your ball sack.
Right.
Do you think he even knows that he's LeBron's dad?
Do you think LeBron's dad is some just deadbeat guy who fucked his mom and, like, left and, like...
What if his dad was cold as fuck in high school?
Imagine.
But that's the thing, though, like... Do you think LeBron even wants to know at this point? Probably not.
No, I wouldn't. I don't, honestly, and I don't have a good relationship with my dad. And, like, if I didn't know who he was at this point in my life, I would just be like,
whatever.
Fuck. Yeah. Doesn't even matter. Keep off median.
Cool little guy on a little bike here. Biking is dope, but at the same time, I feel like it's so dangerous.
I would never ride a motorcycle, dog. I've heard way too many horror stories of accidents.
Yeah, right. Too many horror stories, you know? Like, imagine, like, you could have a helmet on, but imagine not having elbow pads and knee pads, and you still take a fall when you're going fucked. 60.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You're literally gonna get rubbed down to the bone.
All the bones broken. You're fucked. There's no airbag. There's no protection or cushion. You're fucked. Get fucked, kid.
Get fucked, nerd.
Get fucked, kid.
Yeah, we're staying on this road for a while.
Yeah, we fucking are. It is windy on this road too.
Yeah, the wind is a roaring.
It's when you have this fucking like open plain. You just get blasted.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Bunch of
Biohazard?
Dude, come on.
We're on the same wavelength.
We're on the same. We're in simpatico. Yeah, but that is what it looked like. It's some biohazard.
You know, and this was actually an interesting question. We actually looked it up, not on camera. We were talking about how long do you think the average human spends in a
vehicle,
car, and we'll give you some time to think about that. And it's up. It's 4 years.
Is it A, 6 months, B, 7 months, C, 4 years, or D, 69 years?
I'm gonna go with D, 69 years.
You're wrong, but you passed the cool test.
Okay.
You passed the cool guy test. And that's what's really important. You don't have to be smart. You just have to be cool in life.
Yeah. You know, being cool.
If you got charisma, if you got that charisma.
If you got that Riz, dog.
You don't need to be that smart. You could just be a charmer.
No, that honestly though, that is interesting. Like we were talking about it because we were like, well, how long does an average person like spend driving in a car? And it literally said the average Joe,
average Joe
spends 4 years driving in a car in their life.
Which is a lot.
A lot. 4 years, bro?
When you do the math,
that's a lot.
4 years of your life.
It's
if
gone.
you were 80, you spent 1/20th of your fucking life.
Damn, that's good math. Is that real? Is that true?
It's close enough. I think.
That's close enough, dog.
Told you. Hey, see? Confidence. Charisma.
Dude, honestly, though, 1/20th of my life, when I'm 80, 1/20th of my life is spent in a car. That's kind of ass.
4 years.
I need to get well, even if you have a driver, it's the same fucking time.
4 years was what? What did they say? 37,000 hours, something like that?
38,000 hours that you spend in a car.
Damn.
In your life.
You want to know something crazy? This will blow your fucking mind. And I'm sure some of you guys at home have probably heard this as well. But it'll still blow your mind because it blows my mind every time I think about it as well. A million compared to a billion.
Huh?
A million compared to a billion. Do you understand the sheer difference of those two figures?
Yeah. It's fucking large.
At home, a million seconds, right? 1 million seconds is what? Like, it's like 10 days, 15 days or something.
Okay.
A billion seconds is 31 years.
Damn.
1 million seconds is like 10 days. A billion seconds is 30 years. Do the math.
Yeah, do that math, guys, right now. Do it.
You're welcome. No, that's fucking insane to me, dude. Like, and there's people with
to a billion.
Billions of dollars, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Once again, eat the rich. Going back to that shit, it really is kind of fucking mind-boggling, you know, when you think of that kind of scale.
You know what's mind-boggling to me, and me and my coworker were also talking about this. The reason, like, for example, like an Elon Musk and all these rich people can't come together and be like, okay, let's give everyone in the world $1 million. Let's just say they could, right? Let's just say they could.
I don't want $1 million, man.
Well, hold on. Let's just say that they could.
All right.
Give everyone in the world $1 million.
But that would still destroy the economy. It wouldn't do anything.
Exactly.
Because everybody got it. So it would just be like everybody staying at the same fucking.
Isn't that insane though? If you gave everyone in the world $1 million, it would literally change nothing. Because
doesn't that just go to show that
the system is broken?
What the fuck do we even use? Like, what do we need money for?
But
why do we have to pay to live?
The system is broken because, like, for example, if you gave everyone in the world $1 million, it wouldn't change because, and even if they could spend the money, right? Which it would destroy the economy because the system is made for some people to succeed.
A Big Mac would be $650,000.
Exactly.
Plain and simple.
And
a Big Mac would be $650,000, and the new Jordans would be $1.3 billion. If everyone just got $1 million just for funsies.
But that's the thing that's crazy.
Obviously,
to
that's
me.
an exaggeration, but
That's the thing that's crazy to me is the system is so clearly made not for everyone to succeed. It's so clearly made for not everyone to succeed.
But what is the right system? Because I don't think it's communism. I don't know it's socialism. Like, I don't know anything, man. Maybe I should go to college just so I can learn a thing or two. Because I just don't. I don't understand what we got to do as a human race, as a human race, as a society. Not even just America, but everybody. Like, what do we do to it's insane, dude.
Well, you always see movies about like the utopian societies, like
what? How do you make a perfect society? Is it even possible?
No, but that's with anything in life. You can't make a perfect human being, so you're not ever going to be able to make a perfect society. So obviously, because there's always going to be people who are going to be greedy. There's always going to be people who are going to be lustful. There's always going to be people who are going to be
murderers.
Yeah, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that shit's sitting right in the sun.
Yeah.
It's hot, huh?
Scooching it over. 0. Okay, we're still good.
But no, yeah, dog. Like, I feel like it's kind of crazy because an idea of a utopian society is very far-fetched, and I don't think that it's realistic in any sense of the word, because you can always think like, oh, well, this will make our society better, but a lot of the time, if you make that adjustment, it a lot of the time can just make more problems.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So you kind of do have to just deal with the cards that you're dealt, like, and figure out that how you're gonna live your life. And it's crazy when you think about it, because like it is like an imperfect system. Like, the world itself today is an imperfect system, but there's never gonna be a perfect society. You can't. There's no way to no matter how you slice it.
Has anybody written a book or made a movie about a perfect society that was actually good? That actually had kind of good ideas? If you're watching and you know of a novel or a book or something or a movie where that actually seemed like it could have been dope to live there, and it actually seemed like a decent society, let us know in the comments.
Well, I think I read a book in high school called The Gift. You heard about it?
The Gift or The Giver? Or is that two different books?
Oh, no, The Giver. The Giver.
The Giver.
Have you read that?
I believe I did, but it was a very, very long time ago.
Me too. But essentially, I think what it was they had a society where no one had emotions, and they basically stripped all of the emotions away from people.
But then it's not human, is it?
Well, exactly. But they stripped away the emotions from all the people, and they essentially were just giving them designated jobs depending on what they think they'd be good at.
Yeah.
And the giver would give them back their humanity, which is emotions and all of the things that come along with it. But yeah, like to do that, you'd have to strip us of our 7 deadly sins. To create a perfect society, you'd have to strip us of lust, pride, greed, envy, gluttony, all of it.
Do you think there's other sins besides those 7 ones, or do you think those 7 sins encapsulate all the sins?
They encapsulate all the sins, because it doesn't matter, like, if you're like whatever quote unquote sin that you're gonna bring up falls under one of those sort of subdivisions of pride, lust, gluttony.
You're just a fan of fucking Full Metal Alchemist.
I am.
That's the only reason why you're even bringing this up.
Well, no, it's actually, I think it's in the Bible.
I'm kidding. It is in the Bible, the 7 deadly sins.
Right?
But I don't know, man. Religion. Let's open this fucking can of worms, huh?
Should we? Of religion?
I hate it.
I hate it. I hate talking about it because...
No offense. Please don't take offense.
No,
if you use religion, I love that for you. I think it's amazing. However, for me personally, I think that it's just a little too coincidental
Fairy tale?
in a lot of places. Fairy tale. I think that people used religion to take over and take control, and to get people to act the way they wanted them to act. Whoever wrote that Bible originally, whoever wrote that shit originally, probably didn't have the most purest intentions in mind. You know what I mean?
I could see that. More of like a
Maybe he did have good intentions, but not the purest of intentions, right? Like he could like, from the first iteration of the Bible to the most recent iteration of the Bible. Like I would love to read like the first copy, like what the first Bible says, and then compare it to how they transcribe the Bible nowadays, right?
right.
Because I feel like in the first Bible, I don't know, because I haven't done much research on it, but I don't know how like in the first Bible, I don't know much, but it seems like Christianity got very whitewashed in a way. Jesus, blonde hair, blue eyes, that kind of thing. I don't buy that. I believe Jesus was a real dude, right? Or someone.
Jesus was definitely black.
Yeah, Ethiopian. Motherfucking. He wasn't no fucking European. He wasn't no fair-skinned fella.
Well, it's because black people have big dicks, so naturally if
Jesus would have a big dick.
you're going to think that God and Jesus are real people, they're definitely slanging some dick that
well, that's
white
the
people
problem.
can't fuck with.
Whoever came up with the concept of God, God's not a real person. God wasn't a human that ascended to the kingdom. Like he made us. He made everything. He made the world in 7 days and all that shit. I don't know. It just seems, it just.
And how fucking arrogant
Just seems
is that,
too
huh?
perfect.
This
right?
beautiful
just seems
world,
too perfect.
this beautiful, huge, giant world was built in 7 days. Come on.
It was created by a big
Get the
old.
fuck outta
It was
here.
created by an old guy with a beard, up in the clouds.
Yeah, seriously, not to be offensive about religions. It's just
Hey, we can talk about other religions too. We don't gotta just confine it to Christianity. I'm not a fan of Judaism neither.
Listen, hold on. My and I'm gonna preface all this by saying we probably sound arrogant, which we are.
Oh, we're completely arrogant.
In some ways, but I feel like realistically, I've never read the Bible or studied it or really done any like crazy research. So I don't want to really go in depth in my views of it because
exactly.
I would say that maybe later in my life, at some point, I would love to give it a chance and like really trying to open my mind up to different beliefs.
Yeah.
But at this point in my life, it's just I don't truly believe in any one religion.
Yeah, our arrogance doesn't come from a place of hatred. It comes from a place of jest. Even I would dare say even a place of love.
Yeah.
We love and respect all religions. It's just not for us. At least not at this moment. I haven't personally had a come to God moment, and I think that's a very big thing
that a lot of
for people
experience.
that people need to have is that come to God moment, which I think I talked on about, some episodes ago. Some people have a fucking come to Buddha moment where they're like, oh my God, that makes a lot of sense. And
they're
then
like,
they start
oh my
believing
God,
in Buddhism or,
his big old belly's speaking to me.
Like literally, literally like, anybody can have an epiphany about anything, right? So anybody can have an epiphany about anything. So I think it really is just like, I don't like I said, it's not from a place of it is from arrogance, right? We should do more research before we start talking, but at the same time, we're just trying to make you guys laugh at the end of the day. That's what it's all about.
And on the note of making you guys laugh, I think this is going to be the end of our little car episode. I know that my phone is getting magnified by the sun, and any moment
It's probably scalding.
it probably cut off because it's scalding hot and there's a temperature warning. So if it's cut off, we're talking to nobody.
Oh,
but I love you guys.
That's hilarious.
And
We love you guys so much. Please like, comment, subscribe.
if you made it to this video,
If you made it to this point in the video, type in
road trip.
Road trip, baby.
Love you guys. I'll see you next week.
Peace, love, and happiness, everybody. Take care.
Peace.